that day that I seen in him something that just kind of skipped past me in prior years. Anybody that could stand there and preach
I know
their
what you mean.
own child's eulogy. It's one thing to get up and stand before the church and say a few words, but
Yeah,
he gave the sermon. He gave
about
the
his
entire
son.
sermon.
Wow.
And that took that took so much guts. I couldn't
Oh yeah.
I knew what kind of man I married right then and there.
Mhm. Mhm. I know
He
that's
was more
right.
than I ever imagined. He was more than I ever imagined on
You
that
know,
day. You know what
my
I'm saying?
yes, I know exactly what you mean because my father had died, and I was dating Eric at the time,
Uh-huh.
and I was spaced out. I wasn't really functioning that
Uh-huh.
well, and he I went to the funeral, and next thing I know, I look up, he's at the funeral too. He
Oh
came, he
wow.
flew in and everything, and I was like, "Wow, like, what are you doing here?" He said, "I want to be here for you. I know you're having a hard time."
Wow.
And I was like, I was like, "Yeah, he's the one."
Yeah. See, yeah, you just know
Yeah,
God gives you that sign that you can't ignore. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
Well,
exactly.
Michelle says a man approached her 40-year-old daughter in a restaurant on Sunday night, offered to buy her a drink, said he's a 5-year widow, has dated 4 black women, and was looking for a companion for the night. A 72-year-old white man. OMG.
Wow, Shelly,
OMG.
that is so wild, and
The
she
nerve.
slapped him.
The nerve.
The nerve,
The nerve. Take your take your
busted
raggedy,
looking,
wrinkled, convoluted,
gray headed.
crusty, stank ass somewhere and sit down. And
Hello.
thank God you still here to breathe. Don't get me
Yeah,
started.
just bold
Oh
and
God.
nasty. It was really predatorial.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Satin says, Auntie, he just gave you more of what you have always experienced being his wife. You're absolutely
Oh,
right, Satin. You're absolutely right. But
that
that
is
was just a strength I saw in him that I had never seen before. I'd seen him be strong, but
right.
when you lose a child, it hits
Yeah,
different. It
it
really does.
does.
It
Oh
really
yeah.
does. Oh, I got something. My
Mm.
throat is scratchy. Michelle says, this is in Shreveport, Louisiana. She accepted a drink from bartender, left, and the man followed her to her car. She circled back to the bar and reported. Bartender told her to ask for angel drink next time. Okay. Angel
Oh,
drink.
that must be the code
Yeah.
for we got us one.
Yeah, for real. Angel drink for the devil. The
Yeah.
devil is following you. I know that's right. Well, you know
Okay.
what? I'm not gonna keep talking, y'all. I'm sure that you guys want to see this video. So, um, thank God it was not that long. Because you know how we are. You know how we are. And for the sake of time and what's important, um, they didn't that it just didn't last as long as most funerals, and I'm kind of glad because that's just kind of sometimes that's prolonging. I
the
can,
the
uh,
sadness.
man,
Hmm.
it's just prolonging. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Hold on just a second. And I will have to, of course, interrupt at times if you don't mind, just for the sake of copyright. And there may be music. I'm going to have to mute it and maybe talk through it or something. Um, I haven't mastered this YouTube thing yet. So, oh, goodness. Hold on just a second. Make the screen bigger at least. Okay. Too, so I may have to turn this up some more. Now, I'm not going to stop the solo.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. He's been my fourth man in the fire, time after time. Born of his spirit, washed in his blood, and what he did for me on Calvary is more than enough. Oh, I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. Perfect submission, all is at rest. I know the author of tomorrow has ordered my steps. Oh, this is my story. This is my song, praising my risen King and Savior all the day long. Oh, I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will he'll never fail. He'll fail. He will never fail. I sought the Lord, he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord, he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord, he heard and he answered. That's why I'll trust him. That's why I'll trust him. I sought the Lord, he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord, heard and he answered. I sought the Lord, he heard and he answered. That's why I'll trust him. That's why this is my story. This is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Oh, this is my story. This is in my Savior. All the day I sought the Lord, He heard and He answered. I sought the Lord, He heard and He answered. I sought the Lord, He heard and He answered. That's why I'll trust Him. That blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. Oh, here of salvation, purchased by God, born of His Spirit, washed in His eyes of the Lord. He heard and He answered. I sought the Lord. He heard and He answered. I sought the Lord. He heard and He answered. That's why I'll trust Him. That's why I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never, 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 never fail. He will never fail. I'm trusting God, my one and only Savior. He will never, 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 never fail. Oh, I'll trust Him. Hey, He will never fail. I'll trust in God.
Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful, beautiful. That was beautiful.
It was. It was like being at church.
Yep, it was. It was. Yes, Camille. Sought the Lord and He answered. And that's my prayer for this family. Because they gonna need an abundance of prayer to get through this.
Oh,
An abundance. And it ain't gonna happen overnight. Trust and believe. And it just seems like it when you think it's the darkest, it gets even darker.
yeah. Okay.
So I pray for this family. I pray for their endurance. I pray for their strength because they are definitely going to need it. And we're going to need this as a nation, as a people. We're going to need this because we all see the handwriting on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We all see the handwriting on the wall, but at some point in time, they gonna find out money don't buy everything. Prestige don't buy everything. Power don't buy everything. Because God's got everything in His hands. He is the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead
Yes.
and start up some more of the
Mm-hmm.
service.
Give it up, give it up. Give it up for Brother Thaddeus. Certainly thank him, certainly thank him. At this time, we're going to call on the eulogist of the hour, none other than the Reverend Al Sharpton, who certainly does not need no introduction. So at this time, we will hear from the president and founder of the National Election Network, the host of Politic Nation on MSNBC Now. The MS Now, let's hear from Reverend Al Sharpton at this time.
First, let us pray. Dear God, we come this morning as humble as we know how. We come to celebrate the life of this young man, Nolan Xavier Wells. We come with a painful acknowledgement of you allowed him to return home at a young age. We can't question what you do, but we can ask for the strength and power to be given us to go through this and understand the meaning of this and to seek what is required of this at this hour. Look on his family, his mother, his father, his siblings, and all of his blood relatives that long after the cameras are gone, long after the crowd stop coming by, they will bear the burden of an empty chair in the house. They will bear the burden of memories that will not ever leave them. And give them the strength to find some meaning and give them the memory of the joys that he brought them and wipe away their tears from their eyes so that they can see and be what he would want them to be at this hour. We don't have words or anything we could give, but you have the strength and the power to hold them up. And we ask for that strength today. And look down here in Mississippi today and let us pursue justice. Whatever the situations are that led to this, let every stone be rolled back and every veil be torn asunder. And let truth pop out of the ground like a flower. And let justice flow down like a water and mercy like a mighty stream. These blessings we ask in your name. Amen. Let me first give honor to the pastor who has been so wonderful in allowing us to be here today. Senior Pastor Pagel and Executive Pastor Brownsville. Reverend R.D. Holmes, who heads National Action Network in Tallahassee, came all the way from Tallahassee, Florida, and to some of those, there you are, I'm looking for you, you did the scripture. Some of those that came to just give strength to the family. We honored, flew all the way from New York with me this morning. Spike Lee is with us. And the one and only T.O. Terrell Owens wanted to be here with the family. In fact, if you look to your right, everybody look to your right, shake hands with that person because you are Elmer and Christian's special guest. Everybody, shake hands with the person to your right. So you can't say you were not special
They had a
from the
very
family.
diverse crowd today, too, I
Everybody
must
here.
add.
Oh,
Yes,
I can
very
see
diverse.
that.
Before I start the eulogy, I want us to hear from the mother and father of Nolan because they are the ones that bear the burden,
Oh,
the
Jesus.
pain, and the will to go forward to make his name stand for what it should stand for. And I want us to hear their words. Many of us have different emotions, but no one's emotions should override the emotions of the mother and father.
That's right.
We are here to stand with them. This is their child. And you can't be more angry or hurt or burdened than them. So don't outrun them. Let us stand and uphold them at this hour of grief. Let me ask them to come and give a few words. The mother and father, Elmore and Christine.
Deep breath, baby girl.
First, I want to give all thanks and honor and glory to God for choosing Elmore and me to be Nolan's parents. We thank you, Lord,
Mm.
for the beautiful 18 years that you blessed us with him. Thank you
Jesus.
for the joy he brought not only to our family, but also to his friends and everyone in the community whose lives he touched. Nolan had such a gentle, calming spirit about him. He had a way of making people feel seen, welcome, and valued. He could lift your confidence with just a few words and make you feel like you belonged. If you ever had the privilege of meeting our son Nolan or calling him a friend, then you experienced a glimpse of God's love through him. He was both protective and nurturing. He often told us that one day he wanted to have 3 daughters that he would name Sophia, Charlotte, and Olivia. He had a deep love for the Lord and an unwavering faith that was evident in the way he lived his life. As much as our hearts are broken, we find peace in knowing that our son is resting in the arms of the Lord.
Yes.
We will miss everything about him,
Mm.
from his quiet nature to the corny jokes, his gentle smile, the way he made everyone around him feel comfortable, loved, and at ease. Your absence has left an emptiness that can never truly be filled. A piece of our hearts will always be missing. Nolan, your father and I are incredibly proud of you. We've always been proud of you, of the young man you were, and we will always be proud of the legacy of love, kindness, and faith that you have left behind. In a world that can often feel dark, be like Nolan. Be the light that brightens the lives of those around you. Be the warmth for those who may be feeling the coldness of the world. Love deeply, protect fiercely, and welcome others with kindness.
No, Cece,
And
they
remain
didn't.
faithful, knowing that God is always with you. Lastly, I ask that
Not to
each
my
of you
knowledge,
keep
at least.
Nolan's memory alive. Hold him close in your hearts. Share his stories and never stop saying his name. As long as we continue to remember him, his light will continue to shine through us all. Nolan, we love you. We'll continue to fight for you. And until we meet again, and thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Let me just say, Cece, you asked the question, did his friends who were with him show up? Uh, if
Such a
they
good
had,
question.
it would have been widely publicized. It would have been widely publicized. So it's safe to say that no, they didn't come, and that doesn't surprise me one bit because judging from the inception of this situation, when that young man reached out to the mother at 11 o'clock at night, inquiring as to whether or not she knows where he is. Uh, we don't know where he is. Yada yada yada. They lawyered up immediately. They were lawyered up when he called.
Yeah, they
He
know something.
Yeah, his mother, the judge, the stepmother, I should say. I'm sure she has counseled them all individually, and it was, I mean, the fact that she came out with that statement, uh, uh, it's
A
so out of
shock.
line, out of the norm, out of the gist of the law as a judge, you
Yeah,
know. It just doesn't make any sense to me how what's good for the goose isn't always good for the gander in these cases. They don't live by those rules. So
it's
these
really
young men,
upsetting.
yeah, these young men showed their true friendship
They sure did. Not
in
showing
their
up.
movements. Yes. So them being there at the or not being at the service, it doesn't surprise me because this is they're covering their ass and
They
they're
look guilty for not showing up. He's supposed to be your friend.
exactly.
You were with him, the last person that seen him alive, and now you're not curious or
What up?
wondering or upset
They s-
about the fact that your friend is now gone.
exactly. But like I said, you got to be careful who you call friends because when it's no longer convenient for you to be a friend, you're no longer a friend. And
Yeah.
that's what happened that night. I don't
Oh, that
I,
that's what happens in the world in general, right? 'Cause,
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. But in this
yeah.
particular case, these young men grew up together, or well, I won't say grew up together in the sense that they were buddies, because if you think about it, I'm sure you know people that you were in elementary school with even today, but you wasn't hanging together back then. You just knew them. You guys went on to you went from one school to the next school to the next school.
I
That's how
think
it
I
usually
think they
goes.
call them like acquaintances or something like that. Like,
Acquaintance, yeah.
yeah.
So, I find it um, hard to believe that they were buddies in the sense that the press tried to portray them to be ace boon
Mm.
coons, because a true ace boon coon wouldn't have left you on that island
No.
under
No,
any
No, that would
circumstances.
not happen.
No electricity, no nothing. They've got his cell phone. How's he going to
yeah,
contact anybody? I mean, all of those things to consider. Friends don't do that.
that is so true. How was he going to contact somebody where he left him at?
Exactly. So again, stories are conflicting. The story between
Yeah,
the girl and the friends, they don't match. She said one thing, they said another.
He
It just
said, she said, it's
he
just a
said, she
all
said.
mess.
It's a whole mess, and we're left up to our own devices to try to figure out what it could have been, and
right.
that doesn't have to be. If the authorities were doing their job the way they're supposed to, we
Yep.
wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Right.
I
It's all
think the news
good
people and the authorities want like a paycheck, kind of
Oh, they
like
want
they're
that
not.
anyway, but they want this swept under the rug.
Mm,
They want it swept under
They
the
want
rug.
this
It's
to go away.
Mississippi. It's the Deep South. There's a historic blueprint of this. This ain't the first rodeo. This been going on for
mm,
decades and decades and decades.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's a slap in the intelligence. It's a slap in our face of intelligence as
Yeah.
a people. We know what time it is, but as as they look at it, is it's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
It's what you can prove.
It's what you
These
can
people,
prove.
like you said, got their lawyers lured up
Hmm.
and start coming up with excuses and their
Exactly.
storyline.
Exactly.
And the police needs to question it. And they probably
Absolutely.
did, and they know that
Well,
something ain't smelling. My dog knows something ain't right.
okay. But here's the kicker. This goes all the way to the top. It didn't stop
mm,
at law enforcement. This bypassed. This went after it hit law enforcement. It went all the way up to the governor.
Well,
mm. Now, does the
So
governor care enough to do anything?
clearly not, because he came out and said the
Wow,
same doggone thing as law enforcement. He's backing them
wow.
up. So
ooh,
this is
Mm,
a system that's literally baked in. This is not what one or two people can pull a band-aid off of and reveal to the world. This is baked in racism in the state of Mississippi. Now, I'm not saying that whatever happened was racist. It's just the moves that they're making look very, very suspicious. And rather than, if it's cool, then show us it's cool. Don't keep
mm,
making moves that show the complete opposite,
right.
and it's really cruel to make this couple go through what they're going through. It's
Mm-hmm.
really cruel to force a situation to where they have to do their own investigating.
Right.
They had to track down the phone. They had to track down the keys.
Wow.
It took 15 minutes for them to I guess they went to one the mother went I think the mother's sister or friend, one of the two, went to one of the boys' houses, the judge's house,
Mm-hmm.
to get the phone because that's what she had to trace that phone to find out where it was. Now, that's the same young man that called her in the first place. He failed to mention that he had her son's phone.
That
Mm.
is a problem to me.
That's a big, big red flag. If nothing else, that in itself was grounds to take his tail
Yeah,
to jail.
and the weird questioning of him calling his mom, talking about where is Nolan? Like, are
Yeah.
you serious?
You know he's gone because you have his phone.
Right,
And
and
then
you were
another
with them.
Yeah, and then the Nolan's keys were in another boy's house, and the
Mm.
father had to go there to get his keys, and the boy comes to the door half asleep.
Wow.
Hello, talking about I don't know where the keys are.
Mm. I wonder if some of them are in on it, and then the person that killed them was like, "Hey, here's some hush money.
Well,
Go say this and go say that."
that's that's what the suspicion is from the community. That's what it
Yeah.
looks like. It looks like because these people are of affluent nature. We're talking about a judge, an attorney, a doctor.
Mm.
These are the parents of those white boys. Okay, and when you've got that kind of power, especially the judge, she's affiliated with high up people,
Oh yeah.
including the governor. She's high up in terms of influence.
Mhm.
She's got some juice, and they can help her get things done and swept under the rug. And this is the sad part about it. They don't even give a damn how it makes them look.
Wow.
They don't care how it makes them look as long as they can keep them boys out of jail. Well,
Mm.
if they're guilty, I mean, if they're not guilty, what do you care how it makes them look because the truth shall set you free.
Right.
But you
Wow.
know they look guilty because what? Are they guilty? Why would he have his phone? Why
Yeah.
would the keys be elsewhere? Yes, it's natural if you're around salt water, you're going to take your phone and you're going to place it somewhere where it doesn't get damaged. I understand
Right.
that. But they said that Nolan says, I'm going to stay here and kick it with this girl I just met.
Right.
Okay. At what point do you decide to give him his phone or not give him his phone? And then there's the strange situation behind the audio that was caught of the so-called altercation that was said to be Nolan arguing with someone saying, give me my effing phone.
Oh,
What are you doing, man? Give me my effing phone."
there's a
Now,
recording.
yes. So after all of this, after those guys go down on, DEFCON silence and nobody is hearing anything from them, seeing them or anything, that's when the black people come out. Okay. The three black people, the so called friend that the parents never heard of.
Mm.
I'm going to say that again. There's a young man who claims to be his close friend.
Right.
And the mama said on camera, we don't know him. We've
Oh,
never heard of him. There's another friend named Javon who was his friend, claimed to be his best friend, and even his moves were kind of strange, but he wasn't even questioned by the police. To
was
this
he there?
day, he was on the island.
Mm.
See, all this shit looks fake, phony, and undercoverish,
Yeah.
you know.
And they're gonna
So
end up getting off.
yeah, I mean, it again, it goes back to it's not what they know, is what they can prove,
Right.
you know.
Mm.
And there's just so many things that have been said, they're not communicating. specifics or anything like that. So we're left to our own devices to try to figure out what's real, what's not real. Um, did the boat get transported to the woman's house, or was it someone else's house? Thank God they've got the
Mm.
GPS movements of that boat. Okay, now that's fact. But there's a lot of information
Wow.
out there that is, you know, being spewed out there that's not true. And that's what really
Mm.
upsets me as well about a lot of content creators on this app that's out there just making up shit.
Right. That.
Making up
Well,
shit.
some content creators, they know who did it and they just want to make it up for a paycheck. So,
Well,
yeah.
they probably don't know nothing, sweetie,
Yeah, that
but
don't make
they're making a big drama so people will return to their channel
sense.
to see
Right.
what
Yeah.
more they're going
Just
to
get some
uncover.
views.
See, and there's just I heard one content creator said some things that I'm like, bitch, how in the hell you know all this? You and ain't nobody the parents don't even know this. You know, you just talking
Mm.
shit, you know,
Mm.
and then come to find out, and I'm not gonna name this woman, but she's out here making a bad name for herself on this YouTube app
Mm.
with some big content creator names.
Oh.
With some big content creator names. One of which is Gene Deal.
Oh.
The other one is
Mm.
Ticket TV. Now I'll name them because they've already made videos on her. So if you're interested, y'all go to YouTube
Talking about her.
and go to Gene Deal's page, find the video. You'll figure out what that title says. Same
Mm.
with Ticket TV.
Okay.
This person is out here spewing some stuff that she ain't got no business saying, and she ought to be ashamed of herself. But if she ain't careful, she gonna find herself in court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Fighting
saying?
that off.
And that's the talk. That's the
Oh.
talk.
Court is for real.
That ain't
Wow.
no
She need to be
speculation.
ashamed
That
of
came from
herself.
the horse's mouth, both mouths. So you
Wow.
know, f around and find out. Think you can just spew out this? Oh, this is all for commentary under 1976. Blah blah blah. No, this is defamation.
Yeah.
Defamation of character is.
Hmm.
It really is.
No, no, CC, it doesn't
And
rhyme with
harassment.
that. No, it doesn't. But it's not hard to find. Trust me. Yeah. The matter of fact, what was the name of that group that sang that song? Huh. I'll sing it later. Y'all will get it.
Oh.
I'll sing it later. Dun, 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 dun. That dirty, 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 dirty low down. That's as far as
Oh,
I'm gonna
you're
go.
singing it. Dirty, dirty roll down on a farm.
Dun, 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 dun. I just gave you the name, y'all. Y'all just don't let it go over your head. I ain't gonna say it again. But nevertheless, I digress. I'm going to go back to the funeral and let you guys watch the rest of the funeral because so much can be said about what's going on in Mississippi.
Yeah.
But Mississippi is not the only place this is happening at. And this ain't the first go round either. This has happened on several occasions with other black men. You
Mm.
know, it's been said actually that drowning black men is the new lynching.
Mm.
Now
Wow.
think about that. You know how it was used to be a big custom for um, a certain demographic that would, you know, grab a black person and make a day out of it, take their family to the park and have a picnic and hang a man from the tree. And now the new lynching is drowning black men. Think about it.
Mm.
It's happening too much, way too much. Okay, let me shut up. Let me go. Let me go. They clapping because I done shut up.
Lucky me.
You guys gotta excuse me. I might be kind of all over the place a little bit.
Bless your heart. Oh my
Mm.
God, this man.
First of all, I want to say out of all my kids, Nolan was the one that would crawl backwards on the regular. Like babies crawl forward, he would crawl backwards. And and he had this crazy haircut that I just I don't know. You had to see it to know him. But I want to start off by saying how proud I am of you, my son. You grew up to be a very young man that everyone enjoyed to be around. The constant lectures from me about having character, self respect, self discipline, and perseverance really hit home with you at an early age. These were the things that I had to live through to really be able to pass down to you and your siblings. I remember when you first asked to play basketball, and I admit I was kind of worried because you never picked up a basketball, you never shot one. We didn't have a actual basketball goal. The only thing we had was that Walmart special, the little plastic one that everybody breaks in the first few days. But on that first day of tryouts, you shocked me and your mom. And just to make a long story short, you, Jalen, and Javon won y'all first championship together.
Mhm.
Middle school was even more exciting because you were not just making a name for yourself on the football field, the basketball court, and the baseball diamond, but you were also laying the groundwork for your little brother Elmore. I nicknamed you Mr. Cool Hands because it seemed like you was catching a touchdown every game. You wanted to be the best,
Bless
so
his
I
heart.
poured all my knowledge into you that I could by taking you to the gym to work out, taking you to the beach to do drills in the sand, teaching you how to watch film, how to study your opponent's strengths and weaknesses, and you carried these teachings all the way through high school and had an amazing run. Also, during that time, you made a lot of friends. You helped a lot of people and you became well liked by many. It really warmed me and your mother's heart when we would get a phone call or an email from a teacher talking about something that you did for a fellow student. All the teachers love Nolan. The day you came home from college, you came in the room and you asked me about training. You would always ask us or always tell us about things that you want to do for us. When you signed with a school, you want to do this and take me and your mother there. And I would always tell you that, son, you need to take it one day at a time. During this time, you trained, you worked out, the bond with your younger siblings grew stronger because they looked up to you for motivation, especially your younger brother, which played the same position that you did. You guys' competition, Cannon, Nolan loved you, and he wanted you to do just as good as he did. Ethan, the same way. Even though you weren't a receiver, he wanted you to do great things. Carly, Jaden, and Jaden, with you guys being the oldest, he wanted the best for you guys. And I know that he would have did anything he could to make you guys happy. I just want to say thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for coming out and celebrating our son. You know, it meant a lot to a lot of people. And today it just shows us how much he meant to the community, to the country, and to the world. Thank you. Thank you guys again for coming out. We appreciate it.
Well done. Well done.
Can we have all of his sisters and brothers to stand? Give the family your love.
And that's the other thing that has been debunked. A lot of people were out there saying, oh, Nolan wasn't his biological son. Yes, he was.
Oh,
Stop
wow.
it. He
Wow,
was the
wow, wow.
father of all 6 of their children. They have 6 children
Oh,
together.
they're such a cute couple.
They really are. I saw pictures of them early on in their relationship. They
James
were real
Wellborn
cute.
is here, the father of Sonia Massey. We appreciate him being here. When I was called about what happened to Nolan, and as the days went on, the parents came to our Harlem headquarters of National Action Network and told the story as they knew it at that time. Attorney Ben Crump, who I call the Attorney General of Black America, began looking into this situation. And since then, every day, I have thought about what this means and what it could mean. And a lot of what this could mean, it could be the healing or it could be the poking of the wound. That's going to be decided by what we do. The senior pastor of this church had the courage of his faith to open the doors of this church and let this family funeralize him, even though he knows that some, I'm sure, in the city would wonder why he would even do that. And the dividing of our children of God is something that we have to get over. One of the things that I'm glad to see is that there are people of all races at this funeral.
Yes, that's beautiful.
And there are people of all ages. All whites are not racist, and all blacks are not angry. Somewhere in the middle, we've got to meet and find what is just and fair. And that is why we want to celebrate Nolan and at the same time say we want a full and thorough investigation.
That's only fair.
Yeah.
We don't want nothing sugar-coated either way. But for an 18-year-old young man to no longer be with us, we want answers.
Yes, we do.
Not biased either way, just answers. And I think that for the family, the closure can come if there is justice. We will see where it goes. Some have prejudged. I do not think that it is appropriate for either side of opinions to prevail without a backup and fair investigation. We cannot say it was racist, but we cannot say it was not racist. So let's not judge either way until all the evidence is in. And in that light, let me say this, and I'm going to take a brief text and I'll move on. There are those that are so full of hate that they would send hate messages to the house of these parents. They sent one that Christine shared with Attorney Crump and I, and it accused her and Elmer of just stirring trouble and accused the lawyers, Attorney Crump and I, oh, they just want money. First of all, I don't get any money in any of what we do.
Let me stop right there for a second. Remember, I was saying there's content creators. I'll just say plural. I'm not gonna say one specific one. Yes, I will, but nevertheless, I literally heard this person say out of that mouth
Mm.
that they in it for the money. They're capitalizing
I heard it too.
off of their son's death for the money.
Oh wait,
And
I
that
didn't hear
is
that.
the most despicable thing you could say to a grieving couple, a grieving
Oh,
family, to say, oh, that they're
that is so
basically using this to get money.
sad.
Literally pocket watching the GoFundMe.
Yeah, instead of contributing.
That part. But so busy pocket watching how much money is being collected in the GoFundMe and then criticizing them for it. Oh well,
Wow.
once they hit the mark, then it gets then
So
the goal gets
disrespectful.
larger. That's actually customary for GoFundMe in many cases. If the mark is met, they will raise it because it's still an open
Right.
thing. It's still open for donations. So how
Exactly.
dare you get on this damn platform and make these people out to be greedy for money and using their son to get it. They didn't ask for that money. They didn't ask for their son to die.
Exactly.
But
Preach,
in the
Auntie.
same breath, you on your platform asking for cash apps and Zelles and all this other shit.
Right. Exactly.
That's the part that kills me.
You want to
You're
click in a
pocket
view.
watching these people, literally counting the money that that they've received thus far in their GoFundMe, criticizing the money that they've received, criticizing the fact that each time it hits the mark, the goal goes higher,
Mm.
and then making a video of her laughing, criticizing her smiling, criticizing. I mean, she's reflecting on a memory of her child and it causes her to chuckle or whatever. That's normal grief. And this individual is mocking that, saying, yeah, see, she's laughing. Look at her laughing.
Mm.
That, mm,
That's horrible.
that burns me up.
I bet.
That
Yes.
burns me up, and I'm going to shut up before I end up in court because I swear I I could really just go in on this person. I don't know this person from Adam, but this
Yeah.
person is definitely making themselves a name on YouTube right now,
Yeah.
and it
In
ain't a
the
good
worst
one.
way.
Yeah, it definitely ain't a good one. So I wanted to say that because he said what he said, because they're taking flack about this. Everybody want to, well, I won't say everybody, but the naysayers want to get up there and criticize Al Sharpton, criticize Ben Crump for being up there and helping in this situation and talking about, oh, they in it for the money. Why do you care about money right now? Don't you want to get down to the bottom of what happened to this young man? You so busy looking at everything else that you don't
Instead of
you
the right things.
yeah, you can't see beyond the forest for the trees. It's ridiculous. But see, people like that, they're miserable.
Oh yeah.
They're miserable. They're clout chasers, and
Yep.
they'll
They're in the
never
worst
make it.
way.
They'll never make it.
No.
God don't bless
No.
no mess, and this is a mess. That
Yeah.
thing sitting up on that platform is a mess.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Mhm. Hi, Duty Bird.
Most of the cases that you have seen us do, we help to pay the funerals and all of that, and never ask for a dime back, even if they got settlements. But since Mississippi's so special, I'm not only I'm not only saying we don't want nothing. I want to say right here now, and I'm inspired by who accused us of that. That I want to put up from National Action Network and me, I want to offer a reward of $50,000 to anybody
Wow. 50,000.
Oh, Tyler doubled it.
I want to put a reward up
Who?
to $50,000
Tyler Perry.
for
He doubled it.
anybody that
Oh,
will
wow.
give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case
Hey, Pickles.
of what happened.
They hiding it. This is
He was
crazy.
not on that island by himself.
No.
Somebody saw something and knows something.
That's right.
So I didn't come to make money. I came to give money. Stand up and tell the truth.
Okay.
Whatever it is, good or bad. We're not going to prejudge it, but we cannot end it until we know all the facts. So all you got to do is reach out to Attorney Crump's office, and National Action Network could do that if it leads to an arrest and conviction. And I guarantee you'll have it before the sun goes down. I want to thank Tyler Perry, who has paid for the film.
Oh, wow.
We didn't call him. He called me and said, I want to pay for that. I want to thank Byron Allen and others that have contributed, some that don't even want their name called. I was thinking as a scripture in Genesis, the 4th chapter, that passage that starts at the 2nd verse said, and again she bore his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain a worker of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought unto the Lord an offering of fruit of the ground. And Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock, and their fat portions. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering. But for Cain and his offering, he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his face fell. The Lord said to Cain, why art thou angry? And why has your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is contrary to you, but you must rule over it. Cain spoke to Abel, his brother. And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, where is Abel, your brother? And he said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And the Lord said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground. May God add a blessing to the reading of his word. The story of what we have faced in America is a question that started in the first book of the Bible with the first sibling. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? Or will we, out of some emotions, some anger, some jealousy, some envy, maybe some bigotry, decide rather than deal with building up the beauty that God put in us, that we will harm our brother and that we will harm our sister, and through some malice try to hide it? But the Bible says that the victim's blood cried from the ground. I hear this morning Nolan blood
Crying from the
crying from
ground.
the ground. Am I my brother's keeper? Or am I the keeper of some secret, some information that you could give and won't stand up? But the blood's gonna haunt you.
That's right.
Those in law enforcement, your job is to follow the oath, not to follow the preference of what goes down. There are those that want me to condemn people before we know whether they're right or wrong. Now, yes, there's some questions around this. And this is not a rally, this is a praise and worship service. And we'll deal with those questions. But, it's interesting. I exercise every morning. I tore my something in my knee about 2 weeks ago. And they told me when they did the x-ray, Reverend, that I had torn my meniscus. And I had to go to get some surgery. And they said when I went to get surgery, they said, well, wait a minute, your doctor has to give us your history so we don't get the wrong thing to deal with your surgery. So the medication you may have and the what you have to do to recoup and the exercise you have, we gotta base that on your medical history. Well, the reason why what's happened to Nolan under unquestioned, unanswered questions, gone, phone and keys found 2 days later. You don't tell nobody you had the phone or the keys.
That's
When
not
you
correct,
confront it, you
y'all.
first tell another story.
Okay, let me clarify something. The phone and the keys were located the night of, not 2 days later.
Oh,
His body was discovered 2 days later, but the keys and the phone, they were recovered that night, early the next morning, after midnight, I would have to say. But
oh, well, thanks for clearing that
nevertheless,
up.
yeah, I caught that, and I was nope, nope, no, 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 that's not true.
That is interesting. They
Yeah,
found that stuff the night that
well,
he went missing.
the mother, she had an app on her phone, Life 360.
Yeah.
She traced her son's phone and found her son on land. Okay, after the guy had called and told her that he's missing.
Oh,
And when she traced her son's phone, she sent, I believe she said her friend, I might be wrong, it might have been her sister, but she sent someone to retrieve the phone, and it wound up being at the boy's house that called
see,
her.
that right there bothers me
Exactly.
because your phone should be on you,
How
especially if you're going to be
many
by yourself.
how
If you're
many
going to leave me, I need a phone just in case I need to. That's not making sense.
how many
And
kids
that's
gonna leave a phone behind on a, I mean, if your
right.
friends are leaving, you're gonna go and get your phone.
That should be suspicious to the police and a whole
Exactly.
bunch of other stuff that you mentioned, Auntie Mickey.
And the keys. The keys. Yeah. The
Hmm,
father had to go retrieve the keys from, if I'm not mistaken, one of the other boys. So the
Jesus.
parents are doing more investigative work than the police
They should
themselves.
have been looking, getting that his possessions
Yeah. But instead, law enforcement, the chief of police comes out, or sheriff, whatever the hell he is, first thing
days
out of his
later.
mouth is, "Oh, we found no signs of foul play." You haven't even investigated.
Right.
So how can you come to that conclusion that soon in the game?
Preach on it, Auntie Mickey.
This
See,
smells
that's
cover up from
it's
the
not.
moment.
They're not going to get away with that.
Not
Social
from the
media
moment.
is a very powerful tool.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing about this whole story. Had it not been for social media, we wouldn't be talking about this right now because this story did not hit legacy media. NBC,
Oh,
CBS, CNN, those big wigs
it
were
didn't
not
hit there.
reporting on this. That hit them 5 days later.
Now they're talking about it.
They hit it. They got it hit 5 days later. This came out because of
They're gonna mess around and
content
ain't gonna be no more
creators.
news.
Content creators brought this to the light.
Mm, that's a shame.
Content creators.
Yeah,
Let me
they
go
knew.
ahead.
They just didn't report on it.
Well, I don't even know if they even knew, but they're very controlling as to what they report.
Right, CNN and NBC. All of them should be reporting on stuff like that.
Exactly. Oh, they're reporting it now, but it took social media, content creators on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. People were. I mean, this story caught fire, and that's how it got out there in the forefront. And that's when legacy media picked up on it and says, interesting. Well, okay, I guess we'll report on it. But then it really got funky looking, so they had to jump on it. But what kid do
Hmm.
you know is going to leave their phone anywhere? Anywhere, especially under those circumstances. This is an island, and he had no transportation back. No lights, no electricity, no nothing out there. No shelter, no nothing. Nobody's going to do that in their right mind, even for a girl. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
the girl's story is
same
totally
story in
contradictory
it.
to the others.
Wow.
Totally contradictory to the others. So it paints a picture of the haves and the have-nots, so to speak, covering their tracks or covering the tracks of their offspring because they've got the means to do it and they don't care how it makes them look as long as they're out of prison. But I know I serve a good God. I don't know about everybody else, but he gonna make this right. Because even if they don't go to prison, it's gonna be hell to pay to come out of hiding.
Yeah, because we're gonna figure it out.
Hmm.
We're
Satin
solving the
says,
case.
okay. Satin says, I so do believe the arguments about that phone did happen, and the one that made the call saying he was missing, that's who the argument was with. He's the one that held on to Nolan's phone. Exactly, Satin. He had the phone, and he didn't tell the mother that he just called that your son is missing, but I have his phone.
Mm,
No, he didn't say all that. The parents had to do their own independent investigation starting from the time that phone call came. That's the sick part of all this.
God is.
That's the sick part of all this.
Mm, mm.
Let me keep going here.
Then when they finally get the phone and the keys,
Oh, and it's
there are
scrubbed, by the
things
way.
erased from the phone.
Erased
There's
everything.
just too many unanswered questions. Somebody saying that he told us he was leaving the island. So I don't know an 18-year-old person, black, white, or undecided, that gives somebody their phone.
Right.
I'm a lot older than 18. I wouldn't trust Crump with my phone.
Hello. He's telling the truth, though.
Yeah.
So we just raising the questions. Where is my brother? He went out with y'all. He came
Yep.
back.
Come
Not
back
with the
with
where is my brother?
you. That's the rule.
And because of the background, like they asked me before they give me surgery, they went to my medical history. So the reason why a lot of people in the nation are looking at this Nolan situation is that we've looked at history in Mississippi.
That's right.
Some of us,
We preaching now.
some of us
Stand up,
remember
y'all.
what happened in Mississippi.
Emmett Till.
And because of what happened in Mississippi, doesn't mean it's guilty today, but before we can medicate and heal today, we got to look at your history.
Yeah, the history is more than shaky.
Because history will decide, can you handle the medication? I look back into history, and I noticed that Emmett Till happened here. All the way to Medgar Evers happened here. Based on the history, we got to be able to dig deep. We can't have people in law enforcement saying there was no foul play before an investigation.
Thank you.
We got to look at the history.
That part.
Now, I know, and I told Christine and Elmer, they're going to say, you had Sharpton come down. And that could be controversial, but don't get me wrong. I grew up in Brooklyn.
You, girl.
I grew up in a section called Brownsville. My parents had a nice home in Queens, nice middle class home. And daddy left and mom had to move to a tenement in Brownsville. I didn't grow up in Fort Greene like Spike Lee. They were middle class. We was poor. We weren't even poor. We was poor.
P-O.
And we had, Spike don't know nothing about this, but we had roaches. And I remember I went one night and I went in the kitchen. Sister had gone to bed, mother had gone to bed. I looked in the kitchen and I saw these roaches all over the kitchen. And I'm looking for the raid. Some of y'all grew up like me, know what raid is. I'm looking for the raid to spray the roaches. I ran and woke up my sister. And I said, there's roaches all over the kitchen. She said, leave me. I said, get up, you gotta help me. There's roaches all over the kitchen. She kind of stumbled and come down the hall and hit the switch and fixed her eyes. And when she looked, she said, ain't no roaches in here. I said, no, they were right here. She said, you woke me up, I don't see no roaches. She went back to bed. She was angry, didn't want to hear from me. I went back again and looked in the kitchen. Roaches everywhere. I went back and grabbed again. I said, come on, come on. You got to see it. I'm not kidding. She stumbled in. She cut the light on. Roaches was gone. So I'm now in the little hallway trying to figure this out. And I figured it out. That when you cut the light on.
Hey, Lady T. When you cut the light on.
When you cut the light on.
Yes.
The roaches run.
Yeah, they do.
I did not come to Mississippi to cause no trouble. I come to cut the light on.
Cut the light on. Sunlight is the best disinfectant.
And if we cut the lights on, you're going to see roaches start running all over. It's time to cut the light on. It's time to get rid of our differences.
That's right.
It's time to let love rule over hate. It's time for a new Mississippi.
Come on now.
It's time for a new coming together. It's time for us to stand together no matter who's wrong. God will make a way for his children.
That's right.
Jesus. Look down that baby's body.
That's why God can use this occasion to make blacks and whites in a state with a bad history say in Nolan's name, we're going to come together and we're going to find out the truth here together. We're going to love together. We're going to make his name be the difference between those of the past. We're going to have some justice and some fairness no matter what it is. We're going to cut the light on.
Cut the light
We're
on.
going to get rid of the roaches. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
That was good.
Come on, Lady T. I done dropped that link now. Come on, daughter.
Hello, Lady T.
Before we leave, I must hear
Hey,
from where
Pickles.
we go from here and
Pickles.
the family as we pursue an open, impartial look at what happened to Nolan. May we hear from the Attorney General of Black America, Attorney Benjamin Crump.
Now check this out. I done forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. See, I told you I'm geriatric. Okay, lady said, I'm in Lady L. I'm not doing panel tonight. I'm packing just here for our people and to support y'all. Thank you, my love. Thank you.
Oh, it's
Hi,
good to
Lisa
see you, Lady T.
Bruno. You know what I wanted to
Hi,
say because it
Lisa.
keeps slipping my mind.
Mm,
But the greatest thing that's glaring to me is that this young man had such a bright future.
right.
It was so bright, it most likely outshined theirs.
Could be.
I'm going to say it again. This man had some natural talent. This young man had natural talent and was
Wow.
going somewhere naturally, not by somebody's backing because my mom has
Right.
friends in high places,
Just
not
smart
because
and
my
intelligent.
family has lots of money and my friends are all connected. This young man was going to make it based on his own merit because this is what black people do. Black people have to do 10 times better than your
Yeah.
average
Oh,
white just to
God, yeah.
get at eye level.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So again, I say all that to say this, and I'm not saying this is the case because we don't know what happened, but I do know one thing: jealousy is
Oh,
an awful drug.
yeah. Something fishy
This
happened.
man
That's
had this young man had he was supposed to be going to college that Monday
see.
for D1 tryouts, I believe,
Wow.
at his college.
That is crazy.
Okay? He had such a bright future and nobody had to hand it to him.
Something happened.
Jealousy is a awful drug.
Like you said, they turned on the lights and now they scattering.
Mhm. And it's been said that they were probably drinking yada yada yada. Okay, we haven't received a toxicology report yet, but even if they do find that in the system, at least find that out so we can know. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Find out what was in his system, if anything was in his system,
Right.
because that could have a big effect on his ability to if he fell in the water or something and able to swim and whatnot. I told you my son drowned, and he was a good swimmer, but he had some substances in his system. So I accept that as part of the cause as to why he passed. We don't know nothing about this situation right now. And it's unfair to the family and the public to leave it up to speculation and then get mad when the speculation ain't speculating your way.
Right. Yep.
So Doodlebird has a question. Says, question, who finally found his phone and keys?
His
He left his
parents.
keys behind, sweetheart. His friends had the keys. They left with his keys and phone.
Mm-hmm. He didn't have him on it, which means that something happened in the water where he didn't have this on him.
Well, either
Whatever
that or
happened, it wasn't on him.
right, it wasn't on the island. We'll put it like that. And the fact that he knew, if according to their report, he elected to stay behind. If that were true, he would not have left his phone with them. So it suffices to say that it's a very strong possibility that something happened to him before they left that island. You see what I'm saying?
Before.
Because for them to leave him saying, "Oh, well, he wanted to hang out with this girl."
Right.
He's not going to hang out with this girl without getting his keys and phone
His phone.
first.
Right.
And the girl says, "Well, no, that's not true. He told me he was going back with his boys."
Okay.
So
That makes sense.
the jive ain't jiving. But what does make sense is that he said, "Give me my phone." That's what that audio said. "Man, give me back my effing phone. What's the matter with you?"
Wow. So
And then
there is an audio.
a friend after the fact comes out after everybody done went decon underground and says, "Oh, that wasn't Nolan, that was me." The mama sound heard that same voice and she said, "That's my son. That's my son's voice." Both parents identified his voice on that audio.
Oh,
I'm going to take the word of the parents before I take the word of a quote friend that came out after the fact and said, "Oh, that was me."
right.
See, I'm looking at old boy saying, "Who paid you?"
Yeah.
or "Who threatened you?" or both.
Ooh,
So the, we can come up with all kind of scenarios,
yeah,
but
but
the bottom
something
line
happened.
is it's up to them to put a stop to the scenarios and give up the
Figure out
information
what
and quit
happened.
bullshitting. Quit
Yeah.
bullshitting the
And
public.
call these men in and talk to them one on one and show them what you got.
Hmm.
Because something ain't, the lights ain't,
It ain't
like
mapping
when
out.
what I figured when he turned on those lights, those roaches were moving fast. It's like the judge was moving fast,
Hmm.
doing stuff,
Hmm.
covering up.
Yeah, because she sure did go into motion.
Yes, she did.
She kicked into high gear and
Scrubbing the boat.
uh, and allegedly took that boat home to her backyard. So all I can say is this, it's Mississippi.
Well, Mississippi finna be exposed.
Yep. Well,
Is being exposed.
they've been exposed. This is
Right.
nothing new under the sun, but this
Right.
is 2026 and they need to catch up with the
Again.
times.
Exactly.
They
Being
need to catch up with the
exposed.
times.
Again, here, not being exposed, already exposed.
Right.
But it's just, you guys are back on the map for this right
Mhm.
here.
Mhm. Lady T she asked a very important question. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you asked that question because it's something I forgot to write down. When they called the Coast Guard for help because allegedly their boat was taking on water, some pump was dysfunctioning and they were taking on water. And I listened to the audio of that call. It was never said that their friend was not on the boat. The Coast Guard said, "Is everyone on the boat okay?" And they said, "Yeah." They didn't mention
Wow.
a friend was left behind. Nolan was not on the boat at the time that they called,
Wow.
allegedly. But again, we don't know. But what we do know is that GPS shows every movement
of
of
the
that
boat.
boat. I had it
Right, I
written
remember you
down. I
telling me
should have
that.
brought it in here.
You
Because
said that they
there's
had
a
a
4 minute time frame after they left the island. There's a
yeah.
4 minute time frame of travel between the island and back home. It took over an hour to get there from the mainland, but it took 4 minutes. They had to be traveling 150 miles an hour for them to travel that fast to get on the other side. And then they left again and then hung out in the middle. Something went on in the middle of the ocean for some time. We don't know what activity was going on at that particular time, but it's all suspect because ain't nobody talking. Ain't nobody talking. But light is the best disinfectant. Bottom line. Hold on, let me get Crump back up here because you know he can be long-winded.
Y'all give it up for Reverend Al Sharpton. What a message. What a message. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Now let's say it so his family will know they are not alone. Justice for Nolan Wells. Thank you. I stand before you with a plea for justice. I'm so grateful that Reverend Al Sharpton, America's civil rights leader, did not think it robbery to stand with Christine and Elmo and all of their family.
Did he call
To
him
let them
Elmo?
know that
He
despite
did.
what some people may say or do
Ben,
that is
come
so
on now.
insensitive,
Elmer.
so
Oh,
disrespectful,
it's Elmer.
Yeah, like Elmer
so
Fudd.
inhumane,
Not
while
Elmo.
you all are grieving the worst loss that any parent could have, that people from New York, people from Los Angeles, people from Chicago, Detroit, London, Paris, all over the world has been calling Nolan Wells' name. Justice for Nolan Wells.
They have.
I'm so very grateful, Reverend Al, Reverend Toon, that we have a great team of lawyers and investigators because it's always a team effort. As I heard Elmo often talk about, T.O., Nolan was a great teammate.
Elmo.
And everybody who's ever played on a team and who has been successful in their endeavor understands that you're only as good as your teammates are. So I want to just acknowledge Attorney Lisa Park, Attorney Eric Hertz, Attorney Gary Buffkin, Attorney Carlos Moore, Attorney Camila Moore, and all those great paralegals and investigators and activists. All the people who are encouraging people to call and give us information so we can get to the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells. We want to thank you all. It matters. It matters. We're on a ferocious search for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And so it is very important that you all understand our legal team. And we have these great co-counsels, but Reverend Al, we're all co-counsels. Anybody who's seeking the truth for what happened to Nolan Wells, I want you all to know that you all are our co-counsels. Amen? Amen. Y'all all our co-counsels. And on this legal team, we stand for truth, no matter who it implicates or exonerates. We stand for justice, no matter who it convicts or who it acquits. We stand for transparency because we don't need law enforcement to narrate, because we want transparency because we can see. We don't need them to tell us what they think. And that's why we need all of you to encourage people who were on Horn Island on July 4th. If you took a picture,
Thank you.
if you have a video, if you have Snapchat,
Hey,
if you have
Kendra.
anything, we are pleading on behalf of Elmo and especially on behalf of Christine. As she said, any parent would want the answers as to what happened to their child. They went out on the boat came back, and Nolan washed up on the shore 2 days later dead. Wouldn't you want answers?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you want transparency? Wouldn't you want the truth? Wouldn't you want justice? I mean, is that so much to ask? I think so much about Reverend Al and all these cases where we champion the cause for justice, whether it was any number of young people. I think about Trayvon Martin. I think about Michael Brown. I think about Breonna Taylor. I think about Botham Jones. I think about Stephon Clark. I think about Sonia Massey. I think about so many of our children that were taken from us in highly questionable circumstances. And all the time when Reverend Al and NAACP and leaders show up to say, hold on, we want answers. We want answers because we love our children just like you love your children. Our tears are just as painful as your tears. Our pain hurts just as much as your pain. So whatever you would do for your children, if they were on that boat on Horn Island on July 4th, we want you to do it for Nolan Wales. Whatever investigation you would give for your children, we want you to do it for Nolan Wales. Whatever insertions you would do on people's phones for your children, we want you to do that for Nolan Wales. Do it for Nolan Wales. Because really, if we're thinking like co-counsels, understand that Nolan Wales was the son of Christine and Elmore, but he really was all of our sons. Because if something this tragic could happen to their son, it can happen to your children. So we all have to stand up together and say we're fighting for justice for Nolan Wales because he is our son too. And they want us to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Al, Reverend Holmes, they want us, won't y'all just go ahead and, we already told you it was no foul play. What do you keep making so much
That's
noise?
what they want you to do.
Well, until we get answers, until we get to truth, until we get to justice, we're going to stand up and we're going to keep ringing the justice bells for Nolan Wales. We're going to ring the justice bells for Nolan Wales here in Mississippi. We're going to ring the justice bells for Nolan Wales in the United States of America. We're going to ring the justice bells for Nolan Wales all over the world because Nolan's life matters. 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 Nolan's life Nolan's life mattered. Nolan's life mattered. Nolan's life mattered. Nolan's life mattered. Christine, can you all come up with this one last time? Y'all understand, really, we work with so many families. The reason we all got to stand on our feet and say, Nolan life matters, because as Reverend Al said, at some point, the cameras are going to go away, the crowds are going to go away, the government investigation going to go away, and they're going to feel so alone, as if nobody cared, that nobody felt that Nolan's life mattered. So I want you to stand to your feet and let them know that Nolan's life matters. 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 Let me say to Christine and Elmer, before we do the prayer of committal and escort the family out, I just got a text, Christine and Elmer, you know that Tyler Perry said he would pay for the funeral. He must be watching, because he said, I'm gonna match you and put up $50,000 more. So
There you go.
we putting up $100,000
There you go.
for anybody that'll come forward. We just want the truth, that's all. We just
Wow.
want the truth.
Amen.
And we want
Money talks.
Tyler Perry. He must have been watching.
Okay.
Want to thank Colin Kaepernick, who paid for Colin Kaepernick, a real giant in our community, shouldn't be disrespected by anybody. And I'll leave that for when I get back to Harvard. But thank you, Colin, for what he did for this family. I'm going to ask Reverend R.B. Holmes to give us the prayer of committal, and then we will have the pallbearers, and we will do the recession.
I'll let this prayer go through, and then I'm gonna end this video because we got a little bit more to talk about.
In his providential care, bless, keep, and strengthen this mother and father and family, ashes to ashes and dust to dust, looking forward to the resurrection when Noah will rise again. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end that video because from there they just take the body out. Let me just say that I can't help it. Sometimes I shouldn't look at the comments, and I was reading some of the comments on that particular video, and some of the most ignorant shit I've seen was being spewed out in those comments. And it just
Oh, wow.
leads me to further know, it leads me to further know that, there's some hateful ass people out there, whether they're racist or not. This ain't the time or place to be spewing your nonsense. Clearly you ain't got nothing better to do than to get up in a chat on somebody's funeral and browbeat the people that are in the chat agreeing with what's being said. So without further speaking on that, I just wanted to let y'all know that the hatred is real. The hatred is real. Okay? And I had the opportunity to go up on a panel after the funeral at a content creator His site is called Classic Codes, and he had a panel up there, and I was able to go up there and speak my little 2 cents. And I'm going to pull that up real quick just so you guys can get an idea of what was said on that. If you can hold on just a second here. Hold on. Classic Codes. Shout out to Classic Codes, because they've been following this story big time. Okay.
Oh, what a treat. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I got to find the spot. Yeah, I got the timestamp. So let me see if I can. I don't want to play through the whole thing. Yeah, y'all would probably fall asleep on me. So give me just a second. Okay, this is good enough. Okay. Okay, he's got music playing, so okay. I gotta share this screen. I might have to turn this music down too.
Whose music?
Okay, just bear with me for just a second, because they got music playing. I don't want to get hit with copyright.
Music in the meantime while we wait on Tez down to
Put a
come
one
back
in
and
the
join
chat
us.
if
And
you can
also I
hear.
did drop the link in the chat again in case anybody, it's no pressure, but if somebody want to come up and say they 2 cents, even if it's just condolences to the family, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, y'all can pop in. We got somebody coming into the chat. Hey Charles, can you I think you called in before. Oh, he popped in and popped right back out. Okay, we'll see if he come back, but I saw you backstage, Charles. But yeah, we'll see if he come back. I think
may
he
have to
called
go a
in
little
before though, but I might be
fast
wrong.
forward a little bit.
OMG. Somebody want that money. Yeah, 100 bands. Listen, 100 bands. He talking about it's gonna be in your account by sundown. If I know something, I'm saying something for 100. For 100, I can get out of town. I ain't gonna lie to you. You gonna get that to me tonight? No U-Haul. Keep the furniture. I'm gone. Straight up. For 100 cold cash, nigga, I'm gone. Straight up, I'm telling you, everything I saw was him, and him. Yup. And all of us told us if we talk, we were never gonna walk. All that. I'm telling the whole thing. And I'm agreeing to testify. Just let me get gone. All right, Charles, can you show me, can you cam up real quick backstage just so I can verify you? All right, bet. You can go back off cam. I see you.
I kind of want to
What up, brother? Talk to me.
through him.
I'm going to say this. You know, I was on your show about 2 weeks ago. We had a good dialogue.
Yes,
Let me say this. This young man didn't come from a broken home. He didn't come from a broken home. He got two well-to-do parents.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is this, that he left with them on the boat, and then they showed a diagram of the boat, kept stopping. You know, stopping here, stopping there, which tells me they was looking for somewhere to throw the body. I say this. I say he was dead on the boat, and then they threw.
Let me skip forward a little bit.
Backstage before I bring you up. You can go back off cam. I just need to verify you.
I don't want to be.
Go ahead,
I don't
Charles.
want no speculation.
My daddy purchased.
Right.
Yeah.
Mississippi hasn't changed. The only thing changed in Mississippi is the date. But those people are still there. As you can see, cold and clear.
Mm-hmm.
These things are not no joke. They used to take our women and tie them to horses and pull them apart while everybody watch. Scare you so bad till you'll never try anything. I say this. I'm tired of marching. I'm tired of singing. We shall not be moved just like a tree. And then they found a tree, the nearest tree to hang you in. This is not a game. I'm tired of marching. People out there falling out. Ain't no Gatorade, ain't no water. Everybody got on different perfume and cologne. People falling the hell out. And then some people ain't took no bath. They just came on out there. Should have stayed at home. I'm tired of marching. I'm tired. See, once you get tired of doing the same thing, then you're going to have to try something else. Because let's say this. Say they said black folks are violent. Well, we learned it from you. See, we learned it from you. And see, your population ain't going like you thought it would. See?
Okay, I'm skipping forward a little bit.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you for coming up, Charles. Always a pleasure having you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sean,
mad.
Nosy by nature. Talk to me.
You're muted, Nosy.
You muted. Let me take you off.
I'm gonna step away for a second, Joe.
I muted it.
Yep. Auntie
We
Mickey,
finally got Nosy by nature on screen.
And just me.
I just wanted to show my face, so make it personal.
Finally.
When we having our conversations.
Yep. Hey, just me. I see you backstage. I need to see your face before I pull you on stage. I got to make sure. It's a sensitive topic, so I can't risk my platform. You got to show me your face, and then you can go back off cam. Go ahead, though, Nosy.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying to be up on the panel with you guys for the first time.
Yeah, we appreciate you. We appreciate you calling in, putting a face to the name. Where you at with all of this that's been going on? Have you been keeping up with all the coverage?
With everything, with everybody. And just sticking to the, just ringing out the bullshit and and soaking up the, what makes sense.
What makes sense to you?
Nothing. In this case,
come on, Nosy. Come on now.
In this case, nothing makes sense about nobody knows anything. And it makes sense when people on the same, on the same page. Like that don't make sense. And when, all the speculation.
You look so good
about how it could have happened and what we think happened. It's like all that makes sense. And I don't see how the parents are like not feeling like that or really in an uproar. Not, not talking about violence, but really, if you want to protest and march, it should be down there at the precincts, all the people involved, rounding them up. Everything is like nobody moves. Nobody moves because somebody didn't got hurt. They didn't die. So we got to get some answers.
I'm tired of his.
Let me ask you this, and I'm not combating nothing you saying, but if you were the oppressor, right? Let's say you're the oppressor, would marching make you stop?
It's not about it. I'm talking about in legal form. Like that's what we can do. March to be heard. I'm tired of marching too, and all of
I got a question for you.
But it's like, we have to get out there and be heard, even if we have to go stand out like in front of the View and these radio places and stuff. Like, why y'all not speaking on this? Why y'all not talking about this and that?
Right. They talked about Nancy Guthrie.
Let me ask a question, Nosy. First question is, how
we have
many
to get
marches?
Out there just like the Jehovah Witness and walk door to doors and
yeah, but don't nobody like them.
But I'm talking about talking our talk though, saying what we say. They bold to do it and pass out stuff and say what they believe in.
My thing
gotta
is,
be just like that, just in their face with it. Like
I feel like nonviolence is controlled opposition.
If it have to get violent, though, it can get violent, but it has to be organized.
And then, like now, in all these major cities, they have cameras set up all over the cities on every street.
That's
Whether
right.
people want to believe that or not, I'm just letting y'all know. If you go into a major city, especially Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, especially Dallas.
Yeah,
Dallas has
we
had
all
cameras
know
since the
this too.
60s.
We all know this, but crime is still happening.
Well,
People
here's my
still
point.
getting away with stuff like Nolan.
If you go to one of those protests or one of those marches, you are putting yourself in an FBI database so that they
Absolutely.
can target you. But here's the
We
thing about
already
that.
in one, really. If you
Right.
look
But here's
at
the
it, we
thing. With
already in
AI,
one.
they can place you somewhere at this protest that you weren't.
Hey,
And
man.
everyone will believe it on the news.
That's right.
And your GPS will ping that you were there. They have all the
Not how
evidence
I
that
would
they
do
need.
things because I gotta go to work. I gotta get back to my job. My job gonna verify me. I'm
me tell
only
you.
doing things on certain times, and people know my pattern.
I'm going to tell you the only thing that's ever worked. The enemy that cannot
I
see
understand
you.
what you're saying though,
Yeah.
but I'm sick of it. It's a way.
We all tired of it, Nosy.
Where
But
there's
listen,
a will, there's a way.
the enemy that cannot see you is the enemy that cannot fight you.
Hello.
Marching lets them know exactly how many soldiers you got. It lets them know that you're out there peacocking for them and that you're not willing to actually do anything.
Is this brother telling the truth? Is he spitting facts or what?
It is, but I'm trying to figure out where he's going with it.
What he's saying, because she's saying get out there and protest, walk the streets. We've been doing that for eons, and nothing comes of it. Okay.
Look at what they're doing in the boycott. Well, the transfer of wealth that's going on.
That's more effective.
Yes, that would be great.
And see, what she's saying is basically, let's get out there and protest, yada, yada, yada. Okay, that hasn't happened in the past.
Yeah.
But what this brother brings down, and a lot of people don't take this under consideration now in the world of AI.
Yeah.
See, that's the world we're in now. You get out there in them streets and march, and they've got cameras everywhere.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can take your image, and they can take your image and place you in a place where you are not at. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To target you. You may not, you can just be in a protest and ain't doing a thing. And the next thing you turn around a week later, you're being accused of pulling off a robbery at some bank somewhere, and they've got somebody running out of the bank with your face.
Mm. Wow.
This is what we have AI to thank for. This is where he was going with that. So let me pick that back up. Hold on.
I'm not talking about the marches like they doing. I'm talking about marching up into the city halls and into places where laws can be made, can be changed.
I don't think laws are real. That's the thing. We have to stop thinking that law is real. The law is only able to be enforced by the people who want to enforce it.
Well, we got to enforce God's
want to
law. We got to enforce.
They don't
God's
believe in
law.
God either. The people
they don't have to believe in it. We ain't gonna stand for what they talking about though, because what we believe in.
Auntie, you talk to me. What you think?
Oh, geez, I've got so many emotions rolling through me. It's all I know is that I can only imagine what that mother is feeling. I lost a son. He wasn't 18, he was 33, but I lost a son drowned. Okay. And we didn't have to deal with this particular type of circumstance because we knew he actually drowned. But this is Mississippi. Point blank period. This is Mississippi. I'm almost 64 years old. So I was born into the civil rights movement. I can remember when my grandparents raised me in the environment. Now, let me just give you a little bit of history, just so you can understand where I'm coming from. You can see how light I am. Okay, that's no, ain't hiding nothing.
Look like my auntie.
But I am biracial. My father is black, my mother was white. But this is the country that we live in. My mother walked away when I was 6 months old because of the color of my skin and the color of my father's skin. You laid with him, you didn't have a problem laying with him and having a baby by him, but you couldn't raise what you produced. So with that said, it was my father and my grandparents on his side that raised me. So that's all I know is black. And that's what I will always identify as. And the thing about this particular situation, it goes to show that nothing has changed under the sun, just the date. And we've got to do more than just protesting in the streets. Like you said, they got all these cameras around and they will use them to their advantage. I don't know what the solution would be, but protesting, walking, marching in the street, that worked for Martin, but Martin ain't here no more. This ain't 1964, 68. We're in 2026. We into a level of technology with AI, just like you pointed out, sir. They can superimpose your face on anything.
True.
To create their narrative.
You got to be careful.
So you got to get away from giving them the control. We have to take the control to get to the bottom of this. I don't know what that solution would be, but enough is enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. And again, this is Mississippi, but Mississippi ain't the only state that's got this going on. I live in Washington State, supposedly one of the most diverse states in this country, but they got them here too. The difference is that it's the smile on the face. It's the smile on the face, the inclusion. And then when you turn your back, they put that nail right there in your back.
Yeah.
So this is a countrywide issue.
Yeah.
And we have to fight fire with fire. You know, we have to meet them with their energy. And I'm not sure how to do that. I'm really not sure how to do that, but the tables have got to turn at some point, because I know what the Bible says. The Bible says the last shall be first and the first shall be last. Right now, they're treating us like we're last.
Yeah.
But we are first. And that's what they can't handle. They can't handle that.
Mm-hmm.
This infuriates me, that this family would be put through this. 18-year-old young man, and this is the thing, and pardon me if I'm talking too much.
You good.
This young man had a future, a bright future, that I bet you them same white boys didn't have.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the money had to buy theirs. He did it on just being himself. He was what he shined, not his parents' pockets.
That part. And they didn't like that.
And jealousy is an awful D-R-U-G. I don't care if they knew each other since they were elementary school. Circumstances can change you in a heartbeat.
Yep.
There were too many people on that island for nobody to see nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Come on.
I'm with you.
And don't be surprised if the little white girl might have been the catalyst from all of it.
I told you, I'm starting to think everybody was in on it. I'm starting to think everybody was in on it, because these cults, they got rituals they perform. It was an anniversary date. Yep. It's the 4th of July. The island happened to be named Horn. We know these is devils we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the math is math, and for all we know, like, see, that's the thing too that I was telling the chat. I said the truth is stranger than fiction. These folks been playing in our face and calling it sci-fi. Playing in our face and calling it fiction, playing in our face and calling it based on a true story, and they've been showing you real life the whole time.
That's right.
The way my brain works, and this is all hypothetical and satire for content creation, but the way my brain works, I'm seeing 50 to 100 white folks all in agreement, performing a whole sacrifice on the beach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing, my brain work like that. I go all the way left. I'm seeing a whole populace of people in a circle going through with the process. You know what I'm saying? And having 20 to 30 hands on deck to go through with the cover up all the way up the ladder. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it going way too far. You know what I mean?
It's like a movie. It's just like
they show you the truth.
Movie.
They show you the truth in the movie.
Props. You have to have staff. You have to have cast members.
Yeah.
You have a whole island full of cast members and nobody know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that one. See, it ain't too far-fetched to believe that, because they movies in our face all this time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
that's how I
one
see
big
it
movie.
too.
Yeah, they show you cults and all these different movies. They got their hoods on, they in these big circles, everybody holding lit torches, and there's somebody who
That's
against their own
true.
free will about to be sliced and diced and all. Like, you think they just showing you, like, you think that's that came from an idea from real, that was inspired by real life. Yeah, movies aren't
TV is reality.
There you go. Movies are inspired by happenings, right? Like we know, like even in the pyramids, like a lot of pyramids were used for sacrifices, but there was different spirituality behind some of these sacrifices. You know, of course, it wasn't always, you know, blood sacrifice and, you know, racism and all of that. But these cults are very real things. Allegedly, I have to say this for my platform, but these, you know, so it's just when our wheels don't spin like that, it baffles me, to be honest with you. Like, there's so many people with the wool over their eyes. There's so many people who have been taught to believe that the 60s was so long ago, that the 70s was so long ago. You know what I mean? I keep telling people, like, there are plenty of white folks breathing who have participated in lynching.
Exactly.
They're still breathing. These people aren't, it's not like it was so long ago that like 3 generations of the people who did this stuff were dead. Like, no, they're still present, teaching their grandbabies.
That's
like,
right.
I don't,
to hate. And I
That's
tell
right.
people all the time, ever since I seen that movie, They Live, with them glasses, I looked at the world like that. Like, you need them glasses to see who people really are.
Yeah.
Because in that movie, it just tripped me out. How they was just how you call it, recruiting people, and you didn't know who was who until they found them glasses and put them on. Like, wow, somebody standing right next to you could be an alien.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But see, that's the thing. We'll laugh that off. But I've been saying that when I saw Men in Black, the first one, as a kid, I was like, oh yeah, this real life. But because I'm young, when I'm thinking it, everybody's just, you know, these kids, they got to no, fam, like this looks like when I see people who faces look dysmorphed and skin hanging high, they ain't supposed to hang, and they look slimy and all. I'm like, that ain't no person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something else. You know what I mean? Like, that's something
and like
else.
you said, they show it to us like, you know,
all the
it's
time.
fake, but it's reality.
I mean, the bottom line is, if it can be imagined, then it's already happened. If it can be imagined and put on film, then you can bet your bottom dollar it's already happened.
Yeah.
They just haven't put it out there on the big screen yet. But usually what we see in media has already happened. So they can't blame media for being the influence, because it was already there to begin with.
Exactly. Just like books. They telling somebody's story and just changing the names.
Absolutely.
It'd be a real story.
And they're trying to change history as well.
Well, they always change history. I mean, that's pretty proven at this point. Like, anybody that can do a little bit of research will tell you that half the people that are living where they're living had no business living there in the first place, because they weren't the people who did the stuff. They claim it though. They claim it. They claim it as their ancestry when they didn't have the ability to do these things. Or the fact that there are a lot of these quote unquote races and sub races that didn't even exist at the time when these things were being done.
Exactly.
Their lineage proves where it's at. You know, people don't want to talk about the fact that how the Vikings came down from the north and then started populating places, taking them over, conquering them, and populating them without asking any questions. You know, it's fine. You know, this is not going to be one of those things where what did I do if my great grandfather did it? Well, I mean, you have a trust fund right now because your great grandfather took a whole bunch of people's lives.
Benefit from what your great grandfather did.
And that's something that people don't understand. If you're benefiting from a situation that happened a pretty long time ago, and even though you didn't do it, you still benefited from the situation. And that's the issue that we have. And I think that needs to be communicated a whole lot more than people saying, well, I didn't do anything. Why are you mad at me?
Yeah,
you're mad because I had an advantage. No, I'm not upset with you for having an advantage. I'm upset for you for not being grateful for the fact that you had an advantage, and two, not acknowledging the fact that we don't.
Exactly. Bingo.
I like this.
Bingo.
This is so good.
Well, I'm going to drop down. I just had to come up and speak my piece because if you let me go, I'll be all day talking.
Me too. Me too.
I'm going to have a seat in the bushes and I'm going to watch everybody else say what they got to say. But thank you so much for having me up and allowing me an opportunity to speak my piece.
Absolutely. Y'all are always welcome when I drop the link. And thank y'all for coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to drop too.
All right.
That was really nice, Auntie Mickey. Great job.
Thank you. I was really honored to be able to get up there and say what I had to say because I done got geriatric and half the stuff I think of it goes out my ear 30 seconds later. So
that's how I am.
But this is a very important subject to touch on. It's not something that
Very
we need
much
to
so.
let it go away because it never goes away. Circumstances may go away in terms of specific incidents, but the underlying storm is always brewing, and we need to be cognizant of it. And we need to somehow, I don't know, and like I said up there, I don't know what to do, but marching is not the key anymore.
You
It's
did.
not.
Right?
It's not the key.
Solution.
It's not the solution. We've been marching for shit. Martin marched.
And not just us, countries have been doing it. And there's just nothing's changed.
All the marching and the problem still exists. So, we got to get a different can of Raid out there.
Exactly. Auntie Mickey, just like ICE out here killing people.
Yeah.
Unaliving, excuse me.
Absolutely.
Unaliving people. And they march. They were marching all in the name of, stop. And they're still doing it. Like you said,
just like the brother said. Yeah, the brother said the laws ain't real. If they were, it wouldn't be happening. They would be enforcing those laws if they were real laws. It's just something written on a piece of paper.
This was really good.
But anyway, that is going to be it for my show this evening. I hope that this informed you guys in some shape, form, or fashion. This is definitely, I didn't put this out there to spew hatred or anything like that, but I want to shed some light on the truth. This is the truth. This is our truth, and some people have an idea of what the truth is, but until you walk in the shoes of those that are going through it, you never really understand it 100%. So, the more that we expose ourselves to this situation and situations similar to this, I'm going to be reporting on other incidents very similar to Nolan's, that it would blow your mind how similar the circumstances were. I did a video, I did a live actually, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was able to find a clip of some white boys on a it wasn't a lake, it was on a river, and there was a white family on paddle boats paddling down the river. Okay, on the other side of that river was a black dude with a life jacket on, the size of a child's life jacket, let me add that. And on one side of the river was the guy's white friends, alleged white friends, coaxing him to get in the water and try to swim across that river. And he's over there saying, I can't swim. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to find that video and replay it next time I go live. I'm going to play it again. This was a real video.
Did he get in there?
He actually, the couple, and there was a family on their paddle boats
that saw
him in distress. He couldn't get on the other side, and he was afraid to get in the water because he couldn't swim. And they gave him a child's life vest. Think about that. A life vest for a child would not sustain the weight of a man this size.
Right, it's not gonna float.
And here's the crazy part. When that couple paddled over toward him to help him out of that river. Basically, what they did is they backed up and he was able to grab the back of their paddle boats and they dragged him across the river to safety. And
Oh.
as they were dragging him across and talking to him, his friends, his so-called friends,
Yeah.
were over on the side of the river belittling him. You dumb fuck, you wimp, you just get in the water, man. You're such a fucking retard.
Oh,
All this
wow.
crazy stuff.
That's horrible.
And that told me right then and there, see, when it happens once or twice, that's one thing. But when you see this constant
Yeah, you're seeing it.
of the same shit, different day,
Yeah.
people, same situation, this is a new thing. This is a new form of lynching. Let's drag the black people out. You know they can't swim. That's the mentality.
I know.
You know they can't swim. We need a good chuckle. We need a good chuckle, and we're going to laugh. There's one young man who jumped off a bridge with his friends, and he died. And they threw his
All
clothes
this
up in
is
the
in that
bushes and
video?
stuff. Not in that video. That's a separate
It's
situation.
just that, oh,
There are so many incidents of young black men drowning
getting into.
lately with their white friends not drowning.
Wow, is this becoming an epidemic?
It
What
is,
the heck?
yes. This is the new
scary.
lynching. This is the new lynching.
Jeez.
And it's
Yeah, I want to see
it's
that.
easier to get away with. It's easier for them to get away with it because, oh, you know, black folk can't swim anyway. They'll just blame it on the currents.
I know, right? Aren't you, Mickey?
It's sad. And then you've got law enforcement and those even higher up than that that's backing the lie. They backing the lie. That's why Mississippi, no matter what they come up with, I'm pretty sure that this state is going to wiggle their way out of it some shape, form, or fashion because it's already went all the way up to the governor. The governor has also come out and said this was a bad accident, that he drowned. But see, here's the kicker. When they get that autopsy and make it public, if there was no water in that young man's lungs, he didn't drown.
Right, the autopsy. That's what I was going to ask you. Has that came out yet?
No, they haven't made it public yet.
Right. Oh, someone wants to say hi to you, Auntie Mickey.
Is that little bit? Hey, little bit. Let me see your face. Let me show you my face. Okay. You don't have to show your face. I just want to say hi, little bit. Hello, gorgeous. Look at her. Hi, baby girl.
You
With
see
her little
Auntie
cute
Mickey?
self. Hi, baby.
Yeah, I moved to the. Okay, tell Auntie Mickey thank you and bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. But you know what? Melinda said something that you know struck me as well. Melinda says, "Well, I can swim. Thank you, Jesus. I don't like to swim in the sea, but I could if I needed to." And that's beautiful. That's a wonderful thing to be able to do. Unfortunately, a lot of people that don't swim often, that even know how to swim, can't deal with those currents. You know what I'm saying? And water is very unpredictable, especially large bodies of water. You know, I mean, again, I refer back to my own son. He was a swimmer, but he went straight down and never came back up. And I still don't understand it, but you know, it is what it is. I know that somebody didn't do it to him. That I do know. So, yeah, people, whatever you do, black, white, Filipino, Mexican, I don't care what your nationality, where you come from, learn how to swim. Make sure your kids know how to swim and teach them on the necessity of being cognizant of the people that they surround themselves with, as well as the environment. Water is not safe. I seen D.L. Hughley make a joke of it today, but it's true. He said there's two places that black folks should not go with white folks. He said that's water and the wilderness. And it was funny, but think about it. You know, you almost have to agree, you know, but that's another story. That's another story. I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I thank
Oh,
you
I was
guys.
just talking.
Oh, you were? I'm so
I
sorry. Go
agree.
ahead. Speak,
No, no,
baby.
no. I was agreeing with you and laughing at you're right about that. And my daughter was going to swim school, and I didn't like this place. This place was being, I don't know if they were being biased or what was going on, but they wouldn't let us make up the classes when she missed. I needed to call an hour before. It was stupid stuff like that.
What?
And I was like, you know what? Give me my money back.
I
I'm
know
done with
that's
you
right.
guys. And so I'm hoping to get her into another swim class,
Yes,
swim school. She
definitely.
knows how to swim, but like I just probably wouldn't leave her out there,
Yeah,
like that. Like I want to be able to just where she doesn't have to use her floaties.
right. Well,
Mhm.
perfect example, Malcolm Jamal Warner could swim, but he drowned.
He sure did.
So being able to swim and surviving situations that involve large bodies of water are two
Right.
different things, you know. And I had to learn that through, my son. So I just pray that everybody stay as safe as you possibly can, be aware of your surroundings. And, unfortunately, we're living in some times where, we know that people will smile in your face and stab you in the back, but nowadays that stab can literally take your life.
It can.
It can literally take your
You
life.
think you have friends, and like it's
Yeah,
really making me think as my daughter grows who we can trust, who we can't trust.
absolutely.
What I
Absolutely.
absolutely like, because there was this one mother on Friday. She was like, she said she texted me, and I was like, I didn't get it, whatever. That
Mhm.
she was taking the kids swimming to this epic water place. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, oh, for one of the little girl's birthday. And I was like, okay, sure, we'll go. We just happened to have her bathing suit and everything with
Mhm.
her. And so I went with the mother.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
what you do. You go with, especially when they're this little, of course, but
Yeah.
when they get older, you have that thought like, I'm thinking like, oh my God, as she
Yeah.
gets older and be like, Mom, I'm going out with some friends. I'm like, who? What friends? Like,
It's a
I'm gonna
scary
know,
situation.
I'm gonna want to know everything though. And
Absolutely,
like
as you should.
as she gets older and wants to spend the night, there's no spending the night at
Mm-mm.
people's houses.
That's
They
right.
can spend the night at yours, but you cannot spend the night because
Yeah,
I don't,
because you don't know what's going on in other people's houses.
yeah, I have no idea
And that's how my grandparents
whatsoever.
raised me. I didn't understand. All my friends, they could go spend the night at each other's house, and I was the only one that couldn't go spend the night. And I was so mad about it. I was like, I was defiant. I'm like, why do you do me like that? Why do you separate me from everybody? But it had nothing to do with race. It took me to
Right.
to be to become a grown up to really catch where they were coming from. You can't
Oh,
trust nobody, regardless of what their race is,
right.
because the people that smile in your face will be the ones that take you out first.
Exactly. The ones that are closest to you,
Honey, them
you
OJs
know.
wasn't lying. They said backstabbers, that's real. That is real. Real talk. So yeah, whatever y'all do, just if you got kids, grandkids, great grandkids, nieces, nephews, it don't matter. Just impart that knowledge onto them, whether they want to hear it or not. Because trust
Exactly.
me, they will remember it later. And I understand how you feel, Lady Letitia. Your girl is young, and
Yeah.
she's going to get older and want to hang out with her friends and stuff like that. And that's fine to have friends, but you can't trust friends always. It's
Right.
okay to have friends, but I would be more comfortable. My house was the house everybody came to hang out with my boys. I preferred it that way because that
Right.
way
See,
I keep
that's
an eye
how
on you.
yes, that's what I'm preferring. Like,
Okay?
come over here, play with her here, have
Absolutely.
um play dates here at
Yep.
the house. I have
Yep.
plenty of mom's numbers,
Yep.
and to say, hey, just text me when you guys are doing something, or when I'm doing something, I'll text you. But
Right.
the spending the night and no, you can go with her and
Mhm.
no,
Mhm. Yep, the
that's
devil
gonna
in
be some
disguise.
no's.
The devil, and I keep repeating it over and over again. Jealousy is an awful drug.
Ooh, and I gotta
Jealousy
be
is an
careful
awful, awful
because
drug.
I'll be
Be
like, oh, okay,
cute.
you can go. And
Yeah.
then there I be, and it's no, no.
Yeah.
I need to learn now,
Yeah. Yeah.
Auntie Mickey.
And you are in a very precarious situation because
Exactly.
your child is biracial
Mm-hmm.
and we catch
Jealousy.
it from both sides.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And because your daughter has both of you in the house, that's a plus because she gets a little bit of both of you. I didn't get that. I just had black. I
Okay.
didn't have the white side of my
Okay.
family. So I couldn't identify with anybody in my family that was white because I didn't know anybody that was white in my family. All I had was what my grandparents were telling me, which was a generation removed. So we've got older people and a young light skinned granddaughter that they called what did they call me? The great white hope of the family.
Oh.
I was the great white hope. That's what they used to call me. And I
Mm.
used to get pissed about it because number
Yeah.
one, you're saying something derogatory about yourself. It ain't I'm not concerned about what you're saying about me. I'm pissed off that you're putting yourself down because I am a part of you. And if you're putting yourself down, you're putting me down in the process. You see what I'm saying? And it was
Right.
weird to have that mentality as a child, but that's
I
what I
know,
had
Auntie Mickey.
because again, I was not raised around white people. I was raised in a white school. I went to white
Oh,
schools, and that's because of the program that the school district incorporated for for the black neighborhoods.
but
Let's
did
take
that make it balanced, or did you experience racism? Like,
Oh, yeah, I experienced racism on both sides. But what I can honestly say is that the racism I experienced was more from white people than from black. And
wow,
I looked more like them.
right,
But you could tell that I was biracial and I was only hanging around black people because that's all I knew. So I got the majority of my racism directed at me from white people. Now, on the black side, I was like the little, what is it, the one to poke fun at in the group.
wow. It's interesting you say that because my sister has a biracial daughter,
Hmm.
but she looks like my daughter more on my husband's side
Yeah, I was the
versus.
little mascot. I was the mascot.
But
Yeah, I was a little mascot.
she got a lot of vitriol when
Hmm.
she went to the all black schools.
Mm,
So she had to put her in a predominantly all white school.
really?
Yeah. And this is in
Wow.
Wisconsin,
Hmm.
Milwaukee.
Okay.
Hmm.
Wow.
There up north, just to give you an whereabouts. So, I mean, thank God right now, like my daughter's school, it's so diverse.
That's good.
I mean, it is crazy diversity.
That's
You're going to
good.
get everything.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
And that is good.
I thank God for my neighbors because my best friends that grew up down the street from me, there was 3 sisters, and
Okay.
their mother drove. Their father was blind, so he couldn't drive.
Okay.
And we went to school together. The other kids, because I grew up in an all black neighborhood, I lived in the Red Line district. White folks didn't live in that area. This was the Red Line area is where black people could only buy homes in this particular area. So if you were
Oh,
black and wanted to buy a home, you were limited as to where you could live at that
wow.
time. So I was in the middle of the hood with all the black folks, and
Wow.
here I am with my big afro on top of it, and is kind of reddish color, and it doesn't quite blend in, but it was still what it was. And the moment I open my mouth, then they really know what I am. But it was my friends down the street. Had it not been for my friends down the street's mother, who would
Yeah.
drive them wherever they needed to go, like brownies, Girl Scouts, stuff like that, I
Yes.
wouldn't have been exposed to that at all. It was my
Oh,
neighbor's mom that took
well,
me
that's good.
to those things in school and stuff, and we were all bussed out to white schools and everything. It was a 45-minute drive to school every day there and 45 minutes back. So that's how far they were bussing us out. And it wasn't just me and my
Well,
3
that's how far the
friends.
schools were.
That's how far the schools were.
Wow.
Yeah. So they were trying to incorporate they were trying to get rid of segregation at that time. It was heavily segregated back in the 50s and early 60s. So they incorporated a new program and said, "Okay, we're going to give these black kids an opportunity to be in a white school to get better schooling and, be exposed to more opportunity, yada yada yada." But there was always some underlying racism even in those white schools that we dealt with the white kids. So, and like white parents, when there was a program, say a talent show, um, and the parents would come to watch all the kids do the little show and stuff, the parents would hold their kids close away from the black kids. Stuff like that. It was just obvious. What, we gonna bite your kid? We go to school with this kid. So we still got a long way to go.
How
Uh,
disgusting.
it's
Like,
crazy,
oh
but
my
that's how it
goodness.
was.
We sit next to each other in school.
Yeah,
Like, what are you doing?
it was crazy.
It's
It was crazy.
weird. Oh,
It was really
jeez.
crazy. And I'll never forget, and you
I
guys, please,
remember this one lady. Sorry, go ahead.
oh, okay. I have one story I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna ask you guys to please forgive me in advance. Shame on me for what I'm about to tell you. But this girl named Kim was delayed, I'll say. She was in the special class. But
Megan.
Kim had a mouth.
Mm,
And I recall this was in high school. This wasn't elementary school, wasn't even junior high. This was
high
high
school.
school. I was a junior in high school, and when we would get to school in the morning, those of us that could get free lunch, we could get free breakfast if we got there early enough. And I got in line, and this girl, Kim, walked up to me and says, "You just cut in line in front of
Uh-oh.
me." And I'm like, "Girl, please, you've been way over there." She was across the lunch line, or I mean the
Wow.
lunchroom. And so I was talking to somebody, a friend of mine in the line, and she broke out and says, "You fucking nigger, get out." And you stood in line in front of me. And my first
I know.
look, I gave in to that instinct and I clocked her
Yeah, okay.
so hard. I know she was mentally unwell. I knew that she had problems, but my instinct kicked in and
Yeah.
I socked that girl dead in her jaw. And all I
Yes.
remember is her on the floor and me being carried into the office and got kicked out of school.
Oh, did they let you back in?
Yes. I was
That's
kicked
good.
out for about a week.
See, I'm going to teach Kara that.
Yeah.
Take up for yourself, fight for yourself,
Yeah.
defend yourself, bite, kick, do whatever you need to do, girl.
But
Like
you
how
know
you
what?
fight daddy.
But you know what? And again, this, let me add this. I forgot to mention this was my first day back in school from being
Oh,
suspended from a
snap.
previous time. That wasn't the same reason, but this is my first day back. I'm back. I've been out for a few days for something else, and probably talking back at a teacher or something like that because I had a mouth on me. But when this girl said, "You fucking nigger,"
Yeah.
it's like
Wow. It was
my
just,
vision just, I couldn't see nothing but a jaw.
whoa.
And she was taller than me too. She was really tall, and she was
She was comfortable
and
saying that.
I clocked that hoe
Yeah.
so hard. She ended up on the ground, and she's screaming and hollering, "You tried to kill me! You tried to kill me!" And I'm
Oh,
like, "Is you dead yet?" I mean, I was so mad. But this I said all that to say this. Some people know the right things to say to pull, you
that
know,
button.
to pull that out of you and make you react. And
Yeah,
it's
it
really
does.
hard not to react. But it sure did feel good. I ain't gonna lie.
I know that's right.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry, you were gonna say something, and I didn't mean to
Girl,
interrupt.
you know I'm geriatric. I didn't forget
Uh-oh.
that
It's
happened 2 days
contagious.
ago. Auntie Mickey, I'm so bad with it. It really is.
Me
To the point
too.
now, I have to write stuff down. Like seriously.
Girl,
Yeah.
look. Look.
But you did answer a question that I had earlier, and it was
Mhm.
about the investigation about the autopsy. Were we
Mhm.
still waiting on that? And you said yes. That
Yeah,
was weird.
there's 2 autopsies, right?
Right.
Okay. So, I believe Crump decided not to release their autopsy until the state comes out with their autopsy,
Yeah.
so they can't change up in the event that
So that's
Crump's
what we're waiting on.
that's what we're
Ooh.
waiting because they've
Smart
decided to bring
move.
both of them out at the same time.
Yep, that would
So
be
there
good.
won't be no
Yep,
shenanigans going on
do that.
because you got to be
There's
careful.
yes, this is crazy.
If something showed up on Crump's and Sharpton's independent autopsy that didn't show up in theirs, the chances are they would withhold it and adjust. So
Oh,
they made the decision, and I guess the state might have agreed with it. I don't know, but it has been decided that both autopsies will be reviewed simultaneously at the same time.
yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
sometimes you just got to get creative.
Yeah, you do.
You got to
Because
get creative.
people are them little roaches he was talking about. They
Exactly.
sneaky.
Exactly. And see,
Yeah.
that's the other
They
thing.
know
That's
when
why I
to
was
hide.
saying marching. Yeah, okay, marching is fine if that's what you go ahead, get your exercise, but that's not the solution anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not. You have to adjust to the times. We're in a different time now. We've
And
got
social media is it.
social media. I mean, and that's the thing that kills me about four little pictures in a video came out from that whole day there with over 300 people on the island, and only 4 little pictures came out from all those. Nobody else took pictures at all. Nothing. Come on now. Nobody know nothing. Nobody seen nothing. Nobody heard nothing. They heard that argument, and that got caught on video. I mean, video and audio. But then
Wow. You got that,
conveniently,
Auntie Mickey?
that's actually all over the media right now. I don't have it
Oh,
available right now,
right.
but yeah, it's out there. That's the
Okay.
audio of
The
you can hear
audio.
Nolan saying, "Man, give me my effing phone, man. What you doing?" You can hear an argument, but now a friend, a friend, then came forward to the media, I suppose, and said, that wasn't Nolan, that was me. Tricky Man
Oh,
says, hello, Auntie, can you see
they
my
can
call?
do a phone
Yes.
analysis. They can do a voice analysis.
Yeah, they can. But the
Mhm.
mother and father listened to it and they identified his voice. They said, yeah,
There you
that's
go.
him.
A
Yes, I can
mother
see you,
knows
Tricky
their baby's
Man.
voice.
So yeah, this is definitely not over with. It's going to get
Oh
very, very
no.
interesting. The next few days, I'm sure, are going to be very, very interesting.
This is so, and Auntie Mickey's gonna be on it. Right, Auntie Mickey,
I'm
sharing
trying. I'm trying.
sharing
I'm
what
trying to
you know
keep
with
up with
us.
all I can.
You've been
Yeah,
sharing a lot with us. We appreciate it.
yeah.
And I want my, I show a little bit, and whenever I show a little bit, I put it on members only. But I'm gonna leave
Hmm.
this one up just a little, a
Oh,
couple of
sure.
hours, and then I'll
Absolutely.
probably do it to members only, just because of
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay, love. Okay.
Oh no.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys just, hey, just stay sober and vigilant. Stay sober
Yes.
and that's LT. Hey, hey, LT. Long time no see. Tricky Man is now LT. Hello, sweetie.
Oh, there you go.
So
Mm.
yeah, just stay sober and
Yes.
vigilant.
And
Vigilant.
what I love about your shows, Auntie Mickey, is that it brings about different awarenesses that I didn't know that was happening, like the squatters situation,
Oh
that
my
they
God,
actually have
yeah.
rights and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
that tripped me out.
Yeah, that's really a trip. That's really a trip.
Yeah.
But, again, there's a lot of misinformation floating around on this story. Just be
Yeah, it
mindful of who
is.
you're listening to. Like I mentioned, that other content creator bumping her gums, and she's got a lot of shit to say about people that's going to land her in jail, or not jail, but in court.
Yeah,
I done already
defamation.
heard a couple of videos from larger content creators that are definitely
Ooh.
not happy with her. So,
Oh.
I mean, I listened to her and she was
Babbling on.
babbling on about this woman laughing. What do you,
See, it reminds
is
me of
that all you can?
maggot. She's a maggot. Maggot people do that. Blame the
Yeah.
victim, or blame, point the finger somewhere else where it shouldn't be.
But you know
It's,
what? And I'm gonna say it, and I'm trying to be as fair as I possibly can. I can't even see Maggot doing this,
yes, she
honestly.
does. She's done it. I was
With
going
this
to give you an
particular
example.
case,
Not this
with this
case. No,
case,
no, 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 no.
I'm not saying other case. I'm just saying with this particular case, it takes a special kind of evil to, during someone's actual grief, on public media, go out and literally pick apart their behavior and then accuse them of grifting and using their son's unaliving as a means to do so. That's a
It's
special kind of evil.
It is. It is a very special kind of evil. And I'm not saying she's reporting on him. No. But she's similar in my
Yeah.
book that,
Yeah. Well, she goes according to the room. She reads the room.
yeah,
Whoever's in the room at the time, she floats with who's ever in the room.
exactly.
See?
That's what I meant.
And
There you go. Bingo.
yeah,
Amen.
pick a side and stick with it, but
Right.
that's where she floats with wherever the boat floats to.
Mhm. I
But
remember
for
she was
this
on me.
person to get on her platform, and there's over 100 and some people in her chat, and
Yeah.
they're eating this, they're feeding into this because they love that mess.
Ooh, they like it.
How do you take that in and literally mock a woman who just lost her child?
Right.
I
How
just
do
don't
you
understand that.
participate in that? Yeah.
It just says, it speaks volumes to your own character,
Oh,
because if you think
yes.
that they are capable of doing that, then chances are that means you would do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
Yep.
couldn't I couldn't imagine even having that mindset that, I lose my child. Oh, well, here's a good way to get rich at least.
Right.
That's some bullshit. If somebody offered me $1 million right now, if they walked into my room with a suitcase full of money, real money, and
Right.
offered it to me in lieu of my son, I'll take my son.
I know that's right, Auntie Mickey.
If I had the choice, we'll bring your son back, or you
Some
can have
people
this $1
wouldn't.
million. Which is it gonna be? You can keep your money.
Keep your money.
Give me my child back.
Give me my baby.
Give me back my baby. You can
I know
keep them
that's
millions. I could care less about that money because you can't replace your child. You can't replace the years that you had ahead of you with your child. So for her to accuse this woman, and as a matter of fact, both of them, accuse them of grifting and pocket watching what's being collected on GoFundMe, and that's just a special kind of ratchetivity I
yeah.
can't get with.
Focused on the wrong things.
Exactly, and getting paid to do it.
Right.
A monetized channel,
Wow.
getting paid to do it.
Yeah, special place for
Yep,
people
but
like
she
that.
done effed around on the wrong ones because
Yeah,
they ain't playing now. They done already made it known.
they calling her out.
hmm hmm
Good, good, good.
But as things come up, I will be reporting whatever I can.
Thank
And
you.
if you guys see something that I'm reporting that might not that might conflict with what you have seen on media, please don't hesitate to say, well, Mick, wait a minute, I seen this. That might not be true. I don't have a problem being corrected if I'm incorrect. And if I find that I'm incorrect, I'm the first to apologize that, look, I made a mistake. I listened to the wrong source or whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, that's how miscommunication happens. People don't want to, they don't want to admit that they made a mistake. If
Right.
you reported something erroneously, be an adult enough to come back and correct yourself to the people that you
Yes.
reported it to. Please,
Exactly.
and don't have a
I hear
problem.
you.
Yeah, don't have a problem with people that are willing to pull your coattail and say, listen, that's not quite what happened.
Right.
You know,
Exactly. And ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
nothing wrong.
Actually, it gives you character. It
Yeah,
really does. To me, when a friend can say, you know what, da 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 da,
yeah.
fix that,
hmm
and you fix it, you feel good.
Right,
You
right,
should.
right.
Yeah.
And when you've got somebody that's in your corner that's willing to take that step, a lot of people scared to do that. Oh, I don't want to overstep. I don't want to hurt her feelings. That's not a true friend.
Right.
Be my real friend and be real with me. Be
It's
truthful with me and tell
be
me,
real.
Mick, you made
Yeah.
a mistake. You made a mistake.
Exactly.
You might want to at least look into it. you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I
encourage all
love that.
y'all, if you see something that don't look right that comes out of my mouth, please hit me up on my email or in the back chat or whatever and just say, look, this is what I saw on this, that, and the other third platform. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the opportunity to check it out and I'll come to my own conclusion. But
Yeah,
I can at least say thank you for looking out
exactly.
for me, because when you're looking out for me, you're looking out for everybody else.
Yep.
So I appreciate that.
Do
Okay.
you know, Auntie Mickey, speaking of this, um, I told you I went to that epic water thing with Kira on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I went with this lady and she was like, did you see do you know the one mother that dresses? Well, she said the mother with the two kids came to your party, right? And I was like, yeah, I guess so.
hmm
And she said, well, did you see how she was dressed? And I was like, well, I saw she was dressed to my house. I thought the dress was a little short, but
Uh-huh.
hey, it is what she wanted. I figure it was a swim party, whatever.
Right.
Um, she went up to the lady, Auntie Mickey, and told her, she said, what you have on is inappropriate.
Mhm.
It's not, you know,
For a
she
kid's
pretty much
party.
told her, yeah, it's like you shouldn't wear this.
Mhm.
Because she said what she had on, the little child that she keeps was looking. I said he was looking. I
What?
said a 2-year-old? That kind of confused me.
He
That
was
still confused me.
looking where? Somewhere that was exposed that shouldn't have been
Right.
exposed?
Exactly.
Oh, we.
Exactly.
Your friend
And
did the
she,
right thing.
and that's when she told her, she says, you know, when you've been down, he can see everything or whatever. She told her. And I was like, good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
And
then
she came back and thanked her.
good, good, because you got some folk that would be offended and would complain to you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I'm glad that your friend came and told you too. In
Yeah,
the event that she would have come back to you and complained, at least you got firsthand information because
exactly.
that's your house, you know, and you've got
Yeah,
somebody that's looking out for you and your house. You
right.
know, I wouldn't want nobody walking around my house with her twat hanging out either. I mean, for real, especially with little
Yeah,
kids there.
it was a little revealing. And I was like, okay, woo.
Mhm.
So she just, and yeah, she let her
Wow.
know. So,
Good,
and like you
good.
said, I'm glad she mentioned it, and I'm glad she
Mhm.
didn't take offense to it
Right.
in the whole situation. But it was going, uh, pretty much where you were saying
Mhm.
um,
Chick with a
about,
crown.
look at there,
Thank you, my love.
trophy cake.
1,000 gems. Thank you so much. She said trophy cake. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Wow,
Ziggy Chick with the crown.
Tricky Man says Players Club action. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We got a few of them running around out there.
Yeah.
But y'all,
Oh, before you go, or if I don't
mhm.
know if you're wrapping it up or whatever, but I was gonna say, I am going live after this, like the
Okay.
15-minute. Um, I'm gonna do a deep dive on Trevor Green's um
He's
new.
got a new video out?
Yeah, he's got a new video out.
Oh, good.
So I'm gonna deep dive it. Yeah,
Okay.
I asked him before, and he said okay. So
Okay.
I didn't want people to think that, oh, he just put it out and you're messing with it. No, I got permission.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, Imma try to get over there as quick as I can. I gotta get
Oh
something
yeah,
to
I
eat,
know.
though.
I know. What are you gonna eat?
I don't know yet. I think I got some Wingstop downstairs.
Oh, that sounds so good. I made hamburgers.
Oh,
Mhm.
see, I like that too because it's fresher. This is from last night. Leftover Wingstop. But yeah, so anyway, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that um, the information it brought to you has been informative to you. Um, God bless you guys for hanging out with me, and please don't make it your last. I love y'all. And Lady Letitia, once again, girl, you've always had my back, and I appreciate you more than ever. More
Oh,
than ever now. I really do. I don't I don't consider myself having a lot of friends on YouTube in terms of content creators. So it's really nice to be able to call my girl and say, hey, want to sit on the panel with me for a minute?
oh,
I
I
mean,
love
and that's
you
not to
with
say all
you.
the other ones are yucky or anything like that. It's just that
Right.
you got that one. I got that one that
Oh, thank
I
you.
really, really, really appreciate, you know. So, and there's a couple others that I really appreciate as well. But you, Lady Letitia, are that one. I'm
Oh, you're gonna
putting that
make
out
me
there
cry.
publicly.
Oh,
Nah,
thank you so much.
I
You're a
love you.
sweetheart. I love you too, Auntie Mickey.
Thank
I
you.
love chatting with you. It's like my girlfriend. So, and you are my
Yeah.
girlfriend. So I
Yes.
really enjoy our conversations and getting
Me
together.
too. Me
So thanks for
too.
having me.
Thank you. And you guys, thank you so much for coming. Anybody that just subscribed, Chick with a Crown, thank you, my love. I appreciate all of you. God bless you. Until the next time I get up on this platform and hopefully not make a fool of myself, I will be back. But in the meantime, I love you. God loves you. And hey, stay strong because we need it. Okay? Peace out.
Hey there, my kinfolk, thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together makes me thrive. You're more than viewers, you're my kinfolk. You see, my gratitude runs deep as the sea. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with each comment, with each rhyme. You're my kinfolk, my family, my crew. So much love to all of you. Turn up the camera, let's make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight.